Growing up, he was a very, very curious boy. I don't want to say always getting into trouble, but he was. So many stories of us kind of coming in and out of the hospital with stitches, with broken arms. He loved hunting and fishing, even as a little kid. He got himself into everything when it came to hunting.
He loved animals.
Yeah. Everything, yeah.
Just the typical kid, he liked trains, dinosaurs, playing, getting dirty. And he was always pushing the envelope, though, and he was, if you told him that these were blue, he would say, no, they're light gray. So he was very stubborn, I guess. Yeah.
Loved the water too.
Yeah,
that was skiing.
Water skiing or snowboard, wakeboarding.
Yeah. He had a daughter, Ava, and he loved playing with her as a little kid.
But he wasn't there enough.
Yeah.
Because the drugs were already a big part of his life then.
When did you step back as mom and dad and say, I think he has a problem?
We saw it happening in school, and he just didn't care. He started becoming really distant with us. Like he went from being a really happy, joking all the time to when he was so depressed all the time, very depressed.
And we were the enemy too.
Yeah.
So what's it like parenting a child who has an addiction?
It's hard. It's heartbreaking because in that child, like deep down in that child, is a good kid, and you don't sleep. You can't sleep. You can't. It's hard to go to work. Everything is. It's so hard because you can't get it figured out. What is it that we did wrong? Because our kids all grew up together, and you see their kids are they're
wonderful
great
things. They're going to college. They're in sports. They're doing this and that.
And it's like,
and they aren't getting in trouble.
And you do. You question yourself all the time. Where do we go wrong?
It's not the fear of injury for yourself. It's
a fear of injury, and always thinking you're going to get that call.
Hunter had been back home with us for like
3 weeks.
Yeah, at least 3 weeks, and he had been clean and sober for 2 months. That morning of the 18th, at 11:30, we came. Chance, his brother, and myself. We came to the Salvation Army here. We met Tom Drammel from church here. And we helped unload the Salvation Army food truck. It was just so wonderful that Hunter was on the track of, he's doing, some kind of community service work, something good. And we left there about 12:30. I gave him a hug and said, hey, thanks a lot. That was wonderful. I'm glad you guys came. And him and Chance left, and I went home. Hunter lied to Chance, and he told him he had to meet his sponsor, Jimmy, who you know. Well, that was a lie, but Chance didn't know, and Chance took him to Eau Claire and dropped him off. And Hunter bought what he thought was heroin, and he brought it back home. And he went in the bathroom in our house, and he shot up. And I was out in the garage working on a car, and I heard Chance scream, and I knew right then. I knew what had happened. I ran to the house, and there was Hunter laying on the floor. You know, it seemed like hours before the first responders got there, and they got there, and they worked on him, you know, alive. I don't know how long, an hour. Beth had gotten home.
Well, and I got a call, and I was heading home, and he just said, "You need to get home," and I knew something. And you know.
It was fentanyl that killed him. There was no heroin in it. It was straight fentanyl. The coroner said that, it's sad, but he was dead before he hit the floor. It kills you instantly. You know, your heart just stops. That Hunter told us that he prayed for the release of pain and the fear in his head, and that he wished he could stop the chaos. He was our son. He was a good person, and he had a great heart. The last day of his life, that he did something. He was serving other people. That was the thing that we want to remember about him the most.
Tell us about Hunter's Hope Foundation that you and TJ have established.
It's a foundation that is out there to help other kids that are having drug problems. We'll be able to decide in the Chippewa Valley where this money will go.
www.legacyforever.org, yes. So our hope again is that we could just, you know, raise some money and help some other family that's going through the same situation that we were, same type of situation that we went through.
Thank you so much for sharing Hunter's story. We wanted to hear you talk about Hunter and share his story, but we also have something for the two of you. As you know, Central Lutheran has the Dollar Club. We want to present to you from the Dollar Club, from the partners of Central, $2,000 to go towards Hunter's Foundation, because we absolutely believe in this. And as a pastor who, as I've said before, you are not the only parents that have been sitting in my office like this. And we need to do something as a community. And so we want to be for Hunter's Foundation. And so please receive this as a gift from the Dollar Club, but most importantly, the partners of Central Lutheran.
Thank you.
I don't know. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you so much for being here, joining me. Thank you for sharing Hunter's story, and I hope I hope this helps leave a legacy.
It's incredible.
Thank you.
Thank you.